Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Ulfa Lutfiatun. I'm from 1A PBI. I will explain the issue about Israeli-Arab normalization breakthrough to betrayal. CNN Indonesia, Friday, 11 December 2020. Jakarta, CNN Indonesia. Relations between Israel and Arab countries continued to progress after several Middle Eastern countries began normalizing bilateral relations. Morocco became the last Arab country to agree normalize relations with Israel on Tuesday, 10 December, thanks to the mediation of U.S. President Donald Trump. Previously, the only Arab countries that had a choice with Israel were Egypt and Jordan. Big break. Through a surprise announcement, President Trump said that Israel and the United Arab Emirates (UAE) normalized bilateral relations on August 13. See also, Morocco agrees to normalize relations with Israel. In a tweet, Trump said the normalization of two countries was contained in the historic peace agreement between two good friends of the United States. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the normalization deal a new era of relations between Israel and the Arab world. Meanwhile, the UAE explained that Israel is obliged to suspend the annexations of a number of territories in West Bank, Palestine, and as part of the normalization agreement. However, Netanyahu said expanding Israel's occupation of the West Bank was only temporary. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas considers the Israel-UAE normalization a betrayal of the Palestinian struggle for independence. Stabbed in the back. A month later, on September 11, Bahrain announced the normalization of relations with Israel, which was again brokered by President Trump. 4 days later, representatives of Bahrain and the UAE confirmed normalization with Israel at the White House, Washington. The Palestinians condemned the move, calling Bahrain and the UAE a stab in the back. In the following weeks, Israel welcomed the construction of nearly 5,000 new housing estates in the West Bank. Secret meeting. In recent years, Saudi Arabia has indeed been said to continue to establish relations with Israel, even though the two countries still do not have official relations. On November 23, report said Prime Minister Netanyahu visited Saudi Arabia to meet with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. Reports of the meeting of the two leaders were very surprising and sparked criticism from Palestinian supporters. This is because Saudi Arabia has been considered the leader of an Arab country that has defended Palestine from an Israeli occupation. However, the Saudi kingdom dismissed the rumors of a meeting between Netanyahu and MBS. If the meeting between Netanyahu and MBS is correct, it will be considered a great gift for Israel. The reasons is, so far, Saudi and other Arab countries cut ties with Israel as a form of solidarity with the Palestinian struggle. So, that is all my explain about the issue. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.